From the early days of this nation, Americans have had a sense that people were watching us. One of the original European settlers on this continent, John Winthrop, when sailing across the Atlantic on the ship Arabella, said to his compatriots, "We shall build a community where we rejoice together, labor together, suffer together. It will be like a city upon a hill, the eyes of the world upon us." America has always understood that city with a steeple in the center, symbolizing the crucial role that religion has played in this republic from the beginning. The distinctive religiosity of this country, which Mayor Daley spoke to as well, did not escape the many European observers of the American story. The British writer G.K. Chesterton famously said that America is a nation with the soul of a church. Well, today, the church is only part of the soul of this country. The steeple in the 21st century city on a hill is now surrounded by the Hebrew script of Jewish synagogues, by the minarets of Muslim mosques, by the chanting of Buddhist sanghas, by the intricate carvings of Baha'i and Hindu temples. America has become the most religiously diverse nation in human history, the most religiously devout nation in the West, at a time of global religious conflict. In America, the groups that are doing the fighting, the killing, and the dying elsewhere live and work and study side by side. Sunnis and Shias, Catholics and Protestants, Muslims and Jews. Will the relations between those religious communities in this country be marked by the suspicion and hatred and violence that characterize interfaith interaction elsewhere? Will the barriers of religious division emerge here? Will the bombs of religious destruction explode here? Or can the bridges of interfaith cooperation be built here and spread to the world? I believe the answer to this question, whether religion will be a barrier of division, a bomb of destruction, or a bridge of cooperation, will help define the 21st century. I believe we can shape a new city on a hill that John Winthrop and the other founders of America will be proud of. And I believe that the place we can start is right here in Chicago. Every religion has a theology of serving others. Every religion has heroes, poetry, scripture about the importance of building bridges beyond the boundaries of that faith. Muslims are taught in the Holy Quran that our Prophet Muhammad, may the peace and blessings of God be upon him, was sent to be nothing but a special mercy upon all the worlds. These shared values of mercy and compassion, of service and hospitality, are the table at which religious communities can come together, build bridges, and advance common action for the common good. One of the hidden histories of Chicago is the role it has played in interfaith movements in the past. Jane Addams set up her Cathedral of Humanity, Hull House, here to help integrate waves of new religious immigrants, Catholics and Jews, in the late 19th century. In 1893, the Columbian Exposition hosted the Parliament of the World's Religions, which helped introduce the West to Buddhism, Islam, Hinduism. I believe that the final line of the Parliament of the World's Religions is still our mission statement, that from now on, the great religions of the world will make war no longer on each other, and instead on the giant ills that afflict humankind. And in 1963, a man from Eastern Europe who had barely escaped the trains running from Warsaw to Auschwitz came to Chicago to listen to a young black Baptist from the American South bring the thunder of Amos. Martin Luther King Jr. stood at that podium at the Chicago Conference on Religion and Race and spoke of justice raining down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream. And Abraham Joshua Heschel sat in the back of that lecture hall and thought to himself, the soul of Judaism is at stake in the American civil rights movement.